Hi, welcome back to Open Hand Farm. Today on the garden tour, I'm going to show you some highlights of the things that I got done this week, although I didn't get as much done as I would like to. As you can tell, this pile is just still sitting so patiently and waiting for me. I promise that my goal is that the next time I have a video, that will be gone, or at least partially used. We'll see what happens. So if you saw my video on Wednesday, you know that I made a couple of water fountains, and I'm really pleased with them. Let's take a look at the one on the front porch. It's running very nicely. Here's just an overview of my front garden. The raspberries are just going crazy. Still no red, but looky there. There are so many berries. This nasturtium has been very happy with all the rain. I decided to put this smaller fountain out here in my front garden and just place it on top of the bird bath. If I don't put rocks on top of it, it gets too much sun and it shoots about 3 feet up in the air and loses all the water. So we're gonna leave it like that. While we're here, look at this lemon balm. It has gone insane. Okay, you guys, I am so excited. Let me show you my carrots. Look at this. They are doing great. I'm gonna pull one out. Now the last time I pulled one out, they were like an inch tall. Oh, look at that. We are getting carrots. That is so cool. I planted burgundy, orange, yellow, and white carrots. This cabbage is starting to head. That is exciting. And this lettuce is going berserk. I'm actually going to pick this all today, and a friend of mine is going to come over and take some too. The coreopsis is just blooming like crazy, but I have some intruders that keep nibbling my flowers away. I have 3 baby bunnies that live under my front porch. The calendulas all have blooms on them. So within just a few days, this will be popping with orange. They're so pretty. Something has been nibbling on my kohlrabi, and honestly, I think the rabbits are getting it somehow. But the kohlrabi is doing great. So while I walk to the back garden, I wanted to talk to you about something on my YouTube channel. So when you get 500 subscribers, you get what is called a community page. So if you go on my channel and look at the tabs above where my videos are, you'll see something that says community, and you can click there, and I can put posts there for you that I don't give for other people, and you can make comments and talk to me, and I would love to get to know you better. So if you would just click on that and talk to me, that would be amazing. We are now in the back garden. Tomatoes are growing, and as you can tell, we're getting some little blossoms coming on. I did go ahead this week and put my markers in the garden, so I know where things are and what they are, or if somebody else wants to just come and look, they'll know what things are. Look at those tomatoes. So big. So we had a fun thing this week. We had a neighbor stop by and ask us if we would like some more chickens. So she brought us 5 chickens. I can't remember what they're all called, but I know that one of them, I think the one that isn't in the food bowl, is an Easter egger. And I've been dying to have an Easter egger so I could have blue or green eggs. I'm so excited about that. These girls really like it. when I give them soldier fly larvae. They still have their saddles on. I just loved all those birds in that food bowl. I don't know if you can see all of these squash, but they have grown by leaps and bounds since last week. And speaking of growing, look at the green beans that we planted in the grass. This is just our clay soil, nothing special. We just cut the grass back and stuck the seeds in, and they are doing amazing. I haven't showed you the artichoke lately, but it's growing very nicely. I'm also hoping to go ahead and cut back all of the spent peony bushes and then cover in between them with row cover and mulch to keep the weeds out. We have had a lot of rain, so the potatoes and the sweet potatoes are really growing. But I know that that rain isn't going to keep continuing, and it's going to get hot one of these days. So I went ahead and put some straw around all of the plants to help keep the soil moist underneath them. The cucumber is doing great. We have some corn back there that is really doing super. And it kind of makes me wonder if I need to pull up all the others and replant. I think I just might need to do that. And the bunnies are just chilling in their new little home. Just sitting there looking at me. Hi, bunny. The others are sleeping soundly. Here's another view. I have some beautiful red strawberries that need to be picked. I am a little disappointed because we have some roly-polies in here that like to get to my strawberries before I do. And something has managed to put a hole in my netting. And they've also pulled on these posts until they came off of the frame. So we're gonna have to get that fixed. Look at the mulberries. So many black ones now. I just come out and pick at them and eat them. I love them. They're so sweet, so very sweet. Today I'm gonna cut a branch and we're gonna put it in the chicken coop and see how much they like it. Oh man, when I clipped that, so many berries fell from the tree. That makes me sad, but somebody will eat them off the ground. All right, I'm sorry. I have to eat a couple before I put them in. So good. I have to be careful as I walk so I don't knock them off, because once they're ripe, they just fall off. You need to kind of put a basket under, or I guess you could put a tarp or something down and just shake the tree, and that would get you a lot. That's a good idea. I might have to try that later. All right, chickens. Let's see what they think. Here you go. Oh yeah. Apparently, mulberries have a lot of protein in them, and they can eat the bark and the wood and the leaves and the berries. What? You like the berries? Good. You're welcome. Well, go get one, silly. They're liking them. Oh, the little ones are up there in the house. They're missing out. Come here, little birds. Come and get a treat. Okay, let's check out the food forest a little bit. The peppers are getting big, and they've got some little bitty buds on them. This hyssop plant is huge. It's gonna bloom soon. I have some calendulas blooming back here as well. We're also seeing some color on the yarrow plant. This is a mixed color yarrow, so there'll be all different color flowers. Here's the water feature in the food forest. The sun is a little bit behind the clouds, so it's not going very big right now. I love this variegated nasturtium. There's no blooms on it, but the leaves are just beautiful. And look at this snapdragon. This is the one that came back from last year. So pretty. Okay, something's kind of missing. Yes, I cut every bit of the mint back. And it looks kind of rough, but it'll be back. Don't you worry. I was able to find my squash plants that are doing well. This is the yellow squash. And here's the zucchini squash. They're getting more sun now, so I'm sure they'll grow better now. Look at this nasturtium. So pretty. Can you see all the raspberries? So this poor little pear tree has too many pears on these tiny little branches. So I'm afraid we're going to have to take some off to reduce the weight. The fig trees are really stepping up their game. So my comfrey looks very different right now. That's because I cut it all back so that I could dry it and use it for different purposes. But don't worry, it's already coming back so well. And then I'll cut it again and it'll grow again. I love this plant. I also dried some of the mint, and I also cut a bunch of sage out of this plant. If it had flowers on it, I didn't cut it because I'm gonna let those go ahead and flower. But if they didn't have flowers, I did. I was at Aldi the other day and they had these solar lights. So I got one and I really like it. I had been putting a plant on this pole and it just kept dying. So this will give me something pretty at night to look at instead of a dead plant.